Wow. 12,000 miles on this one. And then here's the new engine. And this one didn't even go down. Per the recall, they had to just do a new engine on this one, which I'll explain. I'll have Brian explain to you guys in a second. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to JV Reviews. Today we have a 6.2 liter right here, down. And shockingly, this engine is still good, but it failed the inspection for the recall. So you guys know Brian. He's doing the teardown, obviously, for this 6.2. Was it 2024 or 25?
24.
24. 12,000 miles?
23.
23. 12,000 miles?
13,000 miles.
13,000 miles. And was the engine bad?
Technically, yes. So we have a recall that we have to hook up the picoscope to the knock sensor. And then the GM software runs a test. And then if it fails the test, we put an engine in it. If we pass it, then it gets the 040 oil.
Okay.
And then we go from there.
Got you.
And then it gets 040 the rest of its life.
And so, but this one failed the knock test.
Yep.
Which is crazy. So technically this engine still runs.
Yeah, it ran fine.
Yeah.
I drove it in, parked it, and tore it apart.
Gotcha. Let's go take a quick peek at it.
Yeah.
So Brian, how many 5.3s have you had come through here that need to be replaced?
5.3s, we haven't had any.
None. Okay, so it's really just a 6.2.
Just the 6.2s. I don't know what they changed with them, but they're a ticking time bomb.
So the 5.3s are tried and true, right? Got you. How many of the 6.2s have you seen like had a total failure?
I don't even know. I think me personally, I've probably done 8 this year.
Wow.
At least.
Okay. 8? Wow.
Most of them are locked up.
Gotcha. Now, have you seen any cam and lifter failures on these two, or?
Mostly on the 5.3s, and I haven't seen a cam and lifter failure in a couple of years. Right when they came out in 2019, this new L87, L84 engine. I probably did 3 or 4 of them, but I haven't seen cam and lifter failures.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, and what's this? Is this that's not oil, is it?
It is. I'm sure that it just had a little bit seepage.
Oh, I see. Got you. Got you. So now on this engine, you said this is the exhaust valve on this side, right?
Yeah.
You have your flashlight? I want people to see here really quickly. So you can see those valves in there. Those valves are actually pretty clean. Now on this side, you have the intake valves. Let me see real quickly. Hopefully you guys can see in there. If you can't, there's actually some residue. You can probably see that residue right there. For sure.
Yeah, there's just oil from the PCV system. So whenever there's positive crankcase pressure, the oil comes out, and like on performance cars, you have like a catch can, so it doesn't go back into the intake. But these ones, there's a little pipe that goes straight back into the intake, and then it goes back on.
Got you. So in other words, if you are watching this video, if there's a catch can available for your 6.2, that should be the first thing you add to this engine for sure. And you said this engine was probably running a little lean too, right?
Yeah, just a little bit, nothing crazy. You can just see it. The white exhaust valves mean it was running a little bit lean.
Okay.
But.
Gotcha. Yeah, in other words, I think that, see, out here in Utah, people run 85. If you're going to get a 6.2, I mean, would you recommend at least doing 88 at the very least?
I wouldn't even do 88. I would do 91.
Okay.
Premium, high tier.
Yeah.
Because with these direct injected motors, you're just asking to clog up injectors.
Wow.
We've had a lot of them that they'll, like Maverick gas is a bad one. People come in with Maverick gas and it's,
oh man.
Pretty consistently, if we have to do injectors on one, where do you fill up, Maverick? Okay.
Yeah.
Costco.
Yep.
Chevron.
And then what's the dyno one? What's that one called again? Sinclair.
Sinclair. Yep.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They're high tier.
Yeah, they're top tier. Yeah, Costco is probably the cheapest. That's top tier.
Costco, and really go to more used gas stations too, because they're cycling through gasoline.
Oh yeah.
So like Costco's really good because they're just
cycling through it.
But if you get, I mean, if you go to a Sinclair or a Chevron, whatever, and it's a Chevron that nobody goes to,
yeah,
you don't know how long that gas has been sitting in the tank.
that's true. And because of the ethanol, right, in the gas, the 10%. Now they do have ethanol free, but you're gonna probably pay 50 cents more, and sometimes they don't have 91. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Now, do you still have the injectors too? I want to show them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Brian's gonna show you guys how these kind of sit in here.
So these, I'm gonna push those down just for. So these sit in here just like this, and they're shooting straight into the cylinder. So this is a direct injected engine. So the one downside about direct injected is on a port injection, like I think they changed the direct injected in 2015. So 2014 and older, they're port injected and they're actually in the intake.
Yeah.
And it sprays over the intake valve, and you're actually cleaning the valves as the fuel sprays into the cylinders. So one thing that I do recommend, especially on these newer ones that are direct injected, is we offer an induction flush.
Yes.
Or an induction cleaner, and it actually goes where you're squirting the cleaner into the intake manifold, and it's going all over and cleaning all of your intake valves.
Okay.
Just kind of helps that carbon buildup, because if you get a bunch of carbon buildup on your valves, it can stick the valve or it won't seal properly, and then you get a misfire, and then it's a whole...
So in other words, I mean, would you say what, every 15, 20, 30?
I think that it's a 30,000 mile service.
Okay.
We have a whole list of how often they are. They sell them up front. I just do them. But,
okay, no, that's cool. Well, and listen, I mean, you guys can even see what 13,000 miles. I mean, these intake valves are. Yeah, I mean, you can see that there's some residue already right there. With only 13,000 miles. Now, I'm not sure where they get their fuel from, but yeah, that 10% ethanol is going to really gum up, especially like in your fuel tank too, I think, if you let it sit too long.
Yep.
So you want to try to get fuel from places like Costco that turn that fuel a lot quicker than other places for sure. But no, this is awesome, man. Like, you know, thank you for showing me this, because I didn't even know that they were replacing engines if they were, like, I thought that the engine had to fail before they would replace it.
Nope, they just barely released this recall. Like I said, I think it was about 2 months ago. I think it was end of April, start of May, somewhere in there. And they just started doing that to help with these L87s. And it's only the L87, so the 6.2s.
Okay.
They don't even have the recall on the 5.3s, just because we're not seeing an issue with them.
Got you.
So it is only the 6.2s.
Yeah, so yeah, if you're looking at a Yukon or a Sierra and you're like back and forth between 5.3 and 6.2, it seems like the 5.3 is the tried and true little monster. And you can always add a little bit of performance to them, so if you want a little bit out of them. But yeah, dude, thank you so much for this.
Yeah.
If you do live in the Utah area and you want to get an induction system, can they come here and see you? Thank you, man.
For sure.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Even if you do your maintenance, a failure is definitely possible. Now, one thing I want you guys to take away from these videos is this. They probably see 30, 40 SUVs, trucks going to that store for service. Not all of them are getting engine replacements. So just keep that in mind. And, you know, yeah, you're seeing 1 or 2 here, but if I were to go there every day and film, you see a lot of engines going in and out of there just for just normal maintenance, right? So it's not every single 6.2. It's just one here, one here. Now, don't get me wrong. It is bad, but it's not as bad as you might think it is, right? So do your maintenance. I would say do your maintenance, and hopefully the manufacturers will change. You know, I really think the manufacturers need some competition. I really do think that. I think the reason why cars are so bad today is because there's just no competition. It used to be Toyota. Toyota would come in and they would just have top-notch, you know, reliability, but now they suck. They probably suck the worst in some cases. But if you are after reliability, 5.3 all day long. If you're not big into performance, you just want a reliable platform, that 5.3 seems to be the way to go. I mean, you heard him say it. I mean, he's going probably 5 years without doing any major mechanical repairs on that engine. So that's probably the way I would go. And if you're someone that's going to burn regular fuel, just get the 5.3. I don't understand how people will buy a high-performance engine, and the 6.2 is considered a high-performance engine. Look at the compression, for example. Why would you buy that to put regular fuel in it? And out here in Utah, I know people are using 85, and that's probably why, as he said, like you saw like that white smoke on the exhaust valves, right? I mean, he says running lean. Like, buy those engines and use premium. Just burn the premium and be careful where you get your fuel from. I mean, back in Maryland, we had what was called Sheets. And I remember a lady told me, she worked at Sheets, she says, this is the worst gas to put in your car. This is before I cared about my cars. Back then, I mean, I would put whatever was cheaper in my car. And then when she said that, I remember it struck me to say, man, like, let me start doing more research on fuel. And I started researching top tier fuel, all this stuff. And then I said, man, I'm gonna start going to either Shell station or Costco. And that's kind of what I did back in Maryland. Out here, I just go to Costco and Sinclair if they're, you know, in an area where they move a lot of fuel, basically. But yeah, I could tell you to do your maintenance, but unfortunately, the manufacturers just have to do a better job building their cars. And then once they do that, of course, continue to do your maintenance. I think doing that induction service would be helpful. I know people in the comment section are going to have mixed feelings about it, but I truly believe that sometimes if you do some maintenance on your car, you shouldn't have any problems. And if you add a catch can, you probably could forgo that service for even, you know, 60,000 miles. So hope this video was helpful. I figured I would show you guys that 6.2. I didn't plan on doing this video. I just did it real quickly, and I'm kind of glad that I did because, you know, the engine was perfectly fine. As you heard, he drove the it was a Yukon. He drove it right into the service bay and just start tearing it down. But hopefully we'll hear some good news about some of the new engines that GM's coming out with. They should have some better engines, hopefully without DFM and all that other crap that they put on here, like the deactivation cylinders. That's what DFM is. But hopefully we get some better engines and better reliability, and hopefully they do port and direct injection. I don't understand why they don't do that, but hopefully they will add that port injection as well, because then the intake valves will get that spray, and then you don't have to worry about doing those induction services on these engines. So be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. See you guys soon.